Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, I am very excited to finally be continuing my series of Ninjago Shatter Spin reviews for the Shatter Spin comic series, which of course is a Canon Ninjago series all about young Garmadon trying to learn the secrets of Shatter Spin. Now today we are obviously reviewing issue number 3 like I said, but it has been many months since my last Shatter Spin review because it's been many months since the last time we had a Shatter Spin issue release. After issue 2, the comic series suffered a massive delay, but as of late the final few issues have been trickling out thanks to the release of the Shatter Spin collection, which I did end up buying digitally through Barnes & Noble. It will have more of a wide release here very soon, but as of right now, Barnes & Noble is the best place to buy it, at least if you wanted the digital copy. And since I did buy the digital copy of the entire collection, I now have access to all 5 issues, and as such, we will finally be continuing our reviews, starting with issue number 3 right here. But for a final few bits of disclaimers, this review will contain spoilers for the Shatter Spin comic so far, and especially issue number 3. You have been warned, spoilers are ahead. Also, I would highly recommend checking out my last 2 reviews on Shatter Spin if you have not done so already. I will link my entire playlist of Canon Ninjago books and my coverage on them down below in the description. So let's talk about issue number 3 finally. So we see in this issue, essentially Garmadon becoming more of that Sensei Garmadon that we've seen from other Ninjago installments. Garmadon actually takes some time to train his students here, which I find to be really fun. Not only do we again see Sensei Garmadon more or less, but this time he's a little bit more corrupt, a little bit more stern, maybe a little bit mean. He's more akin to his teaching scene in Ninjago Crystallized, you know, when he was trying to train Lloyd in Oni form, as opposed to something like Rebooted or the Tournament of Elements seasons, where he was more so the purified Sensei Garmadon. Remember, at this point in the timeline, Garmadon is still corrupted by the Devourer's venom. It just hasn't fully transformed him just yet, but still, this is more of mean Garmadon, and I loved that. It's a more diverse, less seen side of Garmadon's personality, especially when it comes to, again, Sensei Garmadon. So this comic, again, continues to deliver with the whole Sensei Garmadon portrayal, I would say. This issue also tackles Garmadon's hesitation to teach. Maybe teaching is not his thing, maybe he's not destined to be here in the wilderness training these students who he hardly knows, and I thought that was handled extremely well. I also liked how Garmadon is still learning more about Shatter Spin and learning more of Shatter Spin. While not fully embracing Shatter Spin as it is, at least not yet, he's still kind of toying with, I guess, the embers of Shatter Spin. He is still able to at least utilize Shatter Spin a little bit more than his students, since he is actually an elemental master and they are not. Well, at least for the most part. More on that here momentarily, but most of his students will never be able to achieve, I guess, full or proper Shatter Spin, if that makes sense. And in that sense, it is kind of bizarre watching Garmadon train these students in Shatter Spin, you know, as an audience member, knowing that they can never really pull it off. Like I said, though, they are able to, I guess, harness the basics of Shatter Spin. While not achieving full Shatter Spin, they can still access it in a very light form, which pretty much anyone can from what I understand. Maybe that ties back into Dragon's Rising with Eren as well, having those weird Shatter Spin effects in his tornado whenever he uses Spinjitzu. Again, maybe like Garmadon's students, Eren is just learning, I guess, the basics of Shatter Spin, training with the embers without fully getting into full-on Shatter Spin. There's also a scene that I liked in this issue where all of these students kind of gather around a campfire and have a little dance, very much reminding me of the pilots, except instead of the ninja and Master Wu, it's the Children of the Wolf and their master, Garmadon, or as he prefers to be called in this issue, Lord Garmadon. I thought that was a very excellent way of tying in the Lord Garmadon title again that we know Garmadon so well for. And going back to the other students of Garmadon, there's a little tease at the end of this issue that one of his students, more specifically Asa, might be able to possess a stronger form of Shatter Spin than the others, one more akin to elemental masters, and let's just say there's a reason why that is. If you know, you know. In terms of other stuff stuff about this issue, there's not really that much of a villain presence. I mean, there's a little bit more that Garmadon mentions about the Lycan King. We see a brief appearance by Zayden Kane, one of the other main villains of the Shatter Spin comic, but obviously most of this issue focuses on Garmadon and his students. You know, not a bad thing at all, but if you are looking for that villain presence, you probably will not find it in this issue, more so in issues 4 and 5 coming later, and also issues 1 and 2 explain a little bit more as well. Also, not to mention, the artwork and the characterization is still amazing here. This series has a beautiful, gorgeous series of drawings showcasing the events featured here, and also Garmadon, as we know him, is very much alive and well in this comic. This is not someone that feels like he's pretending to be Garmadon. When I'm reading this comic, I am hearing Garmadon's voice. I very much see this as the Garmadon that we know, granted at a different point in his life, obviously, from how we usually see him whenever it comes to the Ninjago storyline. So a job well done, I will say. More Garmadon is always welcome. And can I just point out how nice it is that this comic was given a chance to continue? I am very, very grateful that everyone involved was able to find a way to release the rest of this tale, because initially when the delays happened and everything surrounding the comic kind of went into limbo, it sounded for a while there that the series would never fully get released, and the remaining issues, starting with issue number 3 here, would never see the light of day. And because they have, and they are out now, it gave me an extra sense of joy when reading this comic. I just had a really good time, because this is a series that I really enjoy, and I'm happy that it got the chance to continue. And overall, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for my review of issue number 3 of the Shatter Spin comic series. Sorry if this one ran a little bit long compared to some of my other reviews that I've done so far for this series. I just needed to, again, properly explain why we haven't done one of these in a while, and also explain where you can support this comic legally and officially. That, of course, as of right now, primarily being through Barnes & Noble. Like I said, very, very soon the release will be more wide. I would recommend reaching out to local comic shops or looking online, seeing if you can find the physical rendition of this book if you would like, or again, if you would like to buy it digitally, it is available on Barnes & Noble. Right now, that's where I bought mine, legally and officially. So with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. If you've read issue number 3 of Shatter Spin, leave all of your thoughts down below. If you haven't read it, let me know. Are you going to read it? Does it look cool to you? And hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you guys did, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.